Hi, I'm Wendy Sellers. Welcome to Wonder Years Wednesday. The kids have nicknamed me the Puberty Lady because I'm on a mission to stamp out silence, shame, and stigma and ensure that every young person has a positive puberty experience. And to do that, I developed Puberty the Wonder Years, which is a curriculum for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade students. And during this time of the coronavirus pandemic, many schools are not in session. And that means that many educators are having to learn how to do education in a new way, and that can be very uncomfortable. And many parents are overnight expected to be effective homeschooling parents. And so I am trying to help and support those educators and those parents and other trusted adults who are trying to teach puberty education during this very unusual time. So that's what Wonder Years Wednesday is about. And each week we take a challenge to delivering puberty education these days, and then we talk about some possible solutions. So this week's challenge is about how to use videos when you are doing puberty education at a distance. A couple of questions to find out. If you're an educator, you probably know that many state laws as well as school policies require educators to only use pre-approved videos when they teach sex ed, including puberty education. So the first thing to do is to ask your district administrator or your building administrator whether you can substitute a video that has similar content and similar topics in it, but might not be the same one. If you can, then you have more flexibility in some of the solutions that we're going to talk about. If you can't substitute, then you don't have that flexibility. So be sure to talk to your administrator before you make a decision. So let's talk about some of the possible solutions to using videos when you're teaching puberty education at a distance. So one possible solution is that if your video that is approved for use with your puberty education curriculum is available in a streaming format, you can go ahead and stream that and have your students log into Zoom and share your screen as you stream the video, and your students can watch that video over Zoom while you are streaming it. And that means they'll get the same video that they're supposed to get for puberty education. Zoom has installed some new safeguards to make it safer so people can't burst into your Zoom webinar. And so be sure to use the waiting room feature and or the password feature to keep other people out of your classroom. Some schools have forbidden the use of Zoom, and so you would have to check and see if you can use Google Meet or some other platform that will share your screen to stream the video that way. Another possible solution is to use an entirely different approach than a video. If you are using Puberty the Wonder Years at 4th, 5th, or 6th grade, you have access to online teacher resources that include some really helpful tools that you can use to replace a video. There are fully animated color PowerPoint slides that show the reproductive system, and they're all labeled, and you can show those slides virtually as you explain the anatomy and physiology of the reproductive systems and how reproductive systems change and develop during puberty. To help you with that background, you also have in your online teacher resources 3 appendices. Appendix A is called Puberty, Time of Wonder, and it tells you all the things that go on during puberty, and you can use that to narrate as you teach them about their anatomy, reproductive anatomy. Appendix C is specifically about the male reproductive system. It has a whole list of terms and explains what each of the anatomical parts do. And then Appendix D is about the female reproductive system, and you can use those terms and those explanations to help you explain. Keeping in mind that not all reproductive systems look the same, that they're as different and unique as we all are, and make sure that you're very inclusive in your language when you explain the reproductive system. And then Also, don't just focus on the physical changes, but also the social and emotional changes when you talk about how young people are changing during puberty. And most of the videos that you've had approved for use with your curriculum do include those changes also. Now, a second way to replace a video would be to acquire a torso that has interchangeable male and female reproductive parts. If you have a science department and they have a full-size torso, that's great. I don't have access to a full torso anymore that's human size, so I acquired this torso recently, and I am really thrilled with the quality of this torso. All of these anatomical parts are really easy to remove and replace, and you can see that this is a female version of the torso. And if I take all of these organs out, I can show that the reproductive system is just one part of the human body. And this is a female version, and it comes with interchangeable male reproductive organs that can be put in place of the female when you discuss the male reproductive system and how it typically looks and how it functions. In the comments of this video, I will put a link to where you can purchase this video. It comes from the Anatomy Warehouse. It's the Axis Scientific 16-part mini torso, and it cost $129. So that is an investment, but it's something that you can use. And I find that young people in grades 4, 5, and 6 are very concrete thinkers. And so if you show them a two-dimensional diagram or PowerPoint slide, it's harder for them to imagine what the reproductive system actually looks like than if you are to use a three-dimensional torso, which really helps them to understand how their bodies look inside and how they all work together. So another possibility is if your school will allow you to substitute your video. There are other videos that are available online for free. And those videos, maybe you could replace what you've had approved for this time with one of the free videos. One company that has done a really nice job creating videos for this age group is called Amaze, and their videos are free online. And some of those videos, they're short videos. They're about 3 minutes each, and they cover a variety of topics. And so I developed a list of the videos from Amaze that I think could be used for each grade, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And in the comments to this video, I will be sure to put those links so that you can go and see what I have listed that could work for a video, a series of videos in this case. You'd have to use more than one to cover all the topics. And then finally, the Always company, Always Changing and Growing for Girls, Always Changing and Growing for Boys, and Always Changing and Growing Co-ed by Procter & Gamble has free videos on YouTube. I will put those links in the comments also. However, a word of warning, and that is that those videos are branded, and many schools have a policy against promoting a certain brand in materials that are for students. So if your district prohibits branded products, the Procter & Gamble Always videos probably would not be a good choice for you. So that's the challenge of using videos during distance learning times, and we've discussed several solutions. I would love to hear from you in the comments if you have other suggestions or solutions. And please check the comments for links for the resources and suggestions that I've just made. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to talking with you again next week for Wonder Years Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll talk about another challenge to teaching puberty education during this time of distance learning. Take care and stay well. Thank you. Bye.